Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to a frosted window. I think this is like our second, third morning waking up to a frosted window, and we're not used to it, so it's like we still have time. So I'm gonna clear it off. The boys are finishing getting ready for school. I'm gonna drop them off while the hubby is, and we'll go inside and warm up with a hot cup of coffee. How does that sound? Yeah, sounds pretty good to me too. It's cold out there, but thank goodness we have coffee. So if you have a cup of coffee or tea, cheers. Here's a wonderful day. Oh, that hits a spot. Got Mr. Grinch. Love it. Oh, yeah, it is cold out there, and we're not in the habit of peeking up the window to see if we have to clean off the car yet. We'll eventually get there, you know, but at first it's like, you know, you're not used to doing something like that. You just totally forget until it's like, you know, right before it's time to leave, and yeah, you skedaddle to get it cleared off, right? Yeah, and it's just frost, it's not the other stuff. The white fluffy stuff, yeah. So it's been quite a busy, crazy, stressful few days. Haven't really been filming a lot, just, yeah. Where do you want me to start? The reno, the squirrel, yeah, that's right, the squirrel. My aunt's celebration of life. Yeah, a lot has been going on the past few days. So, and it's just December, and it's like, and I'm not stressing about Christmas, no, I'm stressing about other stuff and everything that's been happening, yeah, yeah, so the reno, I honestly don't think, I'm not going to talk much about it, just that I don't think it's not going to be done by the end of this year. I think next year it will be done. I'm not, I don't know, I'm not like going to hold my breath that it'll be done, you know, maybe if there's a Christmas miracle. I would love for the reno to finish up. There's not a lot that has to be done. There's some frustration with it and stuff going on that we're, you know, not happy about, but I will get into that later because there's still stuff that we're trying to figure out, but it's just, it has been a nightmare, okay, a reno nightmare, like, no, like I wish Jesus could come down and finish everything for me. Yeah, like please. Yeah. So, you know how like the cat came back the very next day, and the same goes for the stinking squirrel. To say that I really, really hate squirrels is an understatement, because I really, really hate them. So the reason why we started this reno was all because of a squirrel. In 2023, we kept hearing a squirrel, the running and the scratching of the claws, and it was quite evident, yeah, it's a squirrel. And we actually had a squirrel in our house, in the boys' room. And squirrels are stupid. Squirrels are stupid. Their brains are really tiny. Because we had to like block him kind of in towards the window to get him to go, because the window was open, but he was going everywhere but the open window. Kind of when you have a fly in the house, you know, they find their way in the house, but they can't find their way out. Same thing. And it's super, super annoying. We had to wash like all the blankets and that. And yeah, so he eventually, he left, got him out. Okay, great. But they were still coming back. We didn't know how they're coming in, right? So when we started the reno, we figured out where they're coming in. There was like where the slanted ceiling was in our bedroom. There was enough room for them to squeeze through. So that was taken care of, okay? Our contractor sealed that up pretty good, okay? They got evicted. We didn't hear anything for like a year. And then all of a sudden, we hear them, the scratching. And you know, the one thing that was really weird, that was different this time, I was up there, just lying down, relaxing, and I can hear them chattering to each other. It was so super weird. Like, I was on the bed, and like I would have thought, could have sworn that they were like right beside me. That's how close it sounded, but they were behind the drywall. But it was super weird hearing them like talk to each other, you know? And it's like, what the heck? It was so creepy, super weird. So how they get in? Yeah, they let themselves in. Oh, and like there was like a little hole in the drywall, brand new drywall, freshly painted. There was like a little hole, so the hubby, you know, to get rid of them until we got somebody to look at it, because they don't like the smell of vinegar, he put a cloth in vinegar and he stuck it up in the hole. Well, the next morning, the cloth was gone. They took the cloth. What are you going to do with the cloth? I know what you're going to do with it. Use it if you're making a nest up there, but they took the cloth and they made the hole bigger, this bigger. I took a picture of it, this bigger. And I was sitting up there one mid-afternoon, and I just so happened to look to my left at the hole, and out pops this black squirrel's head, and I start yelling at it. I screamed at the top of my lungs. I scared the shit out of him, pretty much, because I screamed right at him. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, you get the, you know, bleep, 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 bleep out of here. Yeah, so we had to take a scrap piece of the trim and cover up the hole. It was our only piece of wood. So the hubby calls like 3 companies that deal with critters like that, and whichever one came first, which he called him, and I think he came 2 days later, and the other 2 companies couldn't come to 3 days later, so whoever came first got the job. And they're really nice. They were really nice. And so what they did was, we got permission from our neighbor, because there's like, you know, here's the house, here's the fence, you know, you can't really lean up a ladder. Yeah. So you have to go on her property to lean the ladder up. And right by where the drain pipe is, there's an area of the wood that was rotting. So that's how they got in. It was a pretty big hole. So what they did, they put a contraption up, so if there were any in there, they could go out, but they couldn't go back in. And when he was doing that, a gray squirrel came out. And I'm like, if that was me, I'd be flat on my ass on the ground. You know? Yeah. I would. Yeah. So, and then they came back yesterday and they sealed it up, and no more squirrels, you know, knock on wood, hopefully, because that I am beyond my breaking point, and I did not need that, you know. I was so stressed. I was overwhelmed. I was stressed. It's like, you know, there's just stuff going on in life, and I haven't really been filming, and yeah, it's just when life gets like that, it's just too hard to concentrate on filming videos. But it's just like, yeah, it's time to move. Yeah, time to move ASAP. Yeah. But they're gone, and I still don't like squirrels. I don't like them. I don't. They really should not have been allowed on the ark. Okay, they should not have. No one should have left them behind, okay? Along with mosquitoes. Like, I know every animal has a purpose, right? But it's like, are we sure a squirrel has a purpose? Oh. Yeah, and then it was my aunt's celebration of life. My aunt passed away last month, and one of her sons, she has 2 sons, and one of them lives in California. He's been in California for like over 20 years. And it's like, it's so crazy, because it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, it's just really, you know, it's just like, I knew it was a while, but 20 years, it's like, whoa, okay, I didn't realize there was that many years that he's been in California. So knowing that, okay, you know, it was casual, so yeah, we had to wait for him, because he hurt his neck and he couldn't fly, so that's why we waited like a month later. So it was like, you know, casual. And I wore my jeans, which I haven't worn probably since before the pandemic, but they're the stretchy kind, so thank goodness. And I didn't want to wear my running shoes, because they're like not the nicest. So I had to get my fall brown boots, and I had to dig them out the mudroom, and like our stuff is in there, so I had to like move stuff around, hop on the storage benches, and like it was a workout, but I got them. I probably changed my outfit of my sweater like 5 times. Like, I know, like I'm so used to wearing like my PJs, hoodie, t-shirt, and leggings, you know, especially because like my clothing, most of it is buried, and you know, I'm just grabbing whatever is on top of the laundry basket, you know, the clean laundry basket. And so I just couldn't make up my mind, and I haven't worn a lot of my sweaters, you know, since, you know, like probably I don't know, maybe 2022, maybe, I don't know, probably 2022, you know. So some of them just weren't comfortable, and I wanted to wear the red, but I'm like, no, I think the red's too Christmassy. And I picked a blue one, but then I just didn't feel comfortable on that one, so I settled on the black and gray striped one. That one was my comfiest one. I don't own a lot of like black gray things because it's not my favorite color, but this one is nice and comfy, and so if it's comfy, you know, I'll let that slide. You know, with the colors, like, okay, you know, I do like my colors, I do like my bright colors, but yeah, it was comfy. And then like I get like all dressed, and I do my hair like a bell, okay, so half up, half down. It's been a while since I've done it that way, and I straighten my hair. Well, do you know what helps when straightening your hair? Because this is something I haven't done probably since before the pandemic. Turning on your straightener. It turns out that really helps. Because I plug it in and I go to my eye makeup. I just did my eye makeup. I'm not like a makeup girly. Even when I do wear makeup, I don't wear a whole lot. I don't plaster my face like some people, excuse me, like some people do I see on social media. You know, it's like, how many layers of makeup do you have there? The less the better for me. So I just did my eye makeup, and I figured, okay, well, it's heating up, I will do my eye makeup. So I did my eye makeup, and then I go straighten my hair, and it's like, oh, it's not doing anything. And I realize it's not turned on. Oh no, so it's like, oh geez, like, yeah, send help. Oh. Yeah, not turned on. And then like I'm about to leave, and Henry's like, oh, why are you all dressed up? According to him, that's dressed up. And I'm like, no, like it is casual, but I don't think it's like dressed up, right? But he's so used to me, and you know, like wearing leggings and t-shirts and that. So yeah, according to him, that was dressed up, but it was funny. So I hitched a ride with my mom and dad. It was a really nice celebration of life. It was a golf course, really nice golf course, and the room was just the right size. I think there was probably like around 50 people around there, give or take. Yeah, so all my cousins for the first time in like 8 years, you know, but like 3 of those years was pandemic, so yeah. But it's like, and then like, yeah, hugging everybody, and yeah, like, you know, you realize like we haven't seen each other for so long, and like who knows when we'll see each other again, whenever there's another wedding or, you know, funeral. I know, and I don't really see any weddings in the near future. No. So I don't know. But like, you never know. You never know. But yeah, it was nice. The food was good. They had sandwiches, like they were like half sandwiches on buns, lunch meat and cheese. There was something spicy on them though. I don't know if it was like spicy mayo or spicy sauce, but they did have a little bit of a kick to it. There was fruits and vegetable dip and veggies and a few different cheeses, and there was a tray of desserts of like, you know, tarts and these little cakes, and oh my gosh, so good. Everything was really good. And yeah, they did everything really nice. Every table had a photo album, so that was nice to see, and it was nice to look back on my Aunt Judy. And and I noticed, I was looking at one of my sisters, and we noticed a familiar blue furry monster grow over him. I guess my cousin had the exact same one that I had, so they must have been bought at the same time because it was the exact same one. Oh my gosh, that's just too funny. Yeah, yeah. And there was even a picture of all of us cousins together, and I don't remember. I know I'm in the picture, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe I remember, but I might be confusing that memory with another memory. I don't know. I remember my outfit. I had jeans and a tank top and a shrug on, and I used to wear that a lot, with like a shrug, you know, it's like a sweater, but it's like, you know, half, and you tie it in the front, either tied or button up. I still actually have one from Smart Set, a gray one. It still fits. I should start wearing that again. And that's what I would always wear. Yeah, tank top and one of those shrug sweaters. Yeah. I remember the outfit. Yeah. But I was like, what? I don't know. Everything feels like a lifetime ago. And then they had a table too, if you had a special memory, to share a memory. I shared one. It was at my cousin's wedding, and this was before they banned smoking inside. This is when, you know, you had smoking section and non-smoking section. My cousin got married, and I don't remember a lot from that day, but I do remember, and I probably was like around 12, 13, that age. And I remember the room was getting smoky. I remember I was by the reception table because my cousin, she was, excuse me, by the reception table. And I remember my Aunt Judy coming up to me because she was a protector. My mom has stories of her protecting her and her siblings because she was the oldest, my Aunt Judy, so she was a protector. She always looked out for you, and because I have asthma, and she knew that, and smoking, cigarette smoke is not a great combination with asthma, so she, you know, say, oh, let's, you know, get some fresh air, took me outside for fresh air. And there were other people up there too, not smoking, but probably getting away from the smoke. Yeah, but I remember that because, you know, she made sure that, you know, that the cigarette smoke wasn't going to affect me, because it will. Like, you will start to wheeze, and, you know, you can get worse from there. And she just took me outside, you know, and I'm not sure why it was there smoke. I don't know, but yeah. And I think a few years later, that's when smoking became, you know, you don't be able to go outside. Yeah, can't smoke inside. It became illegal to smoke inside. Yeah, so yeah. And then later on, I thought of another memory. Like, there are a lot. Like, you know, when my mom and I found out that my mom and her sisters did Sister Day, so that's why my sisters and I do Sister Days. We kind of carry on the tradition, and I found out that they started doing that when my uncle passed away. Yeah, like, oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. But yeah, the other memory I remember, because my mom, I must have been on the Sister Days, and I was with her, and we were at my Aunt Jane's, and we were watching The Sixth Sense. And it was dark, it was nighttime, and we're watching The Sixth Sense. Now, I'm sure you've watched it, you know, and, you know, plot twist, you know, he was actually dead throughout the whole movie, you know, spoiler alert. But back then, watching it for the first time, you didn't know that, right? And we were like watching it in the TV room, you know, entertainment, you know, living room, and we were like on the edge of our seats and, like, you know, blankets, you know, and like that. And I just remember, because it's just like, oh my gosh, it was just so funny, like how nervous and like kind of scared we were watching it, like, especially me. But it's like more like it's not like a horror movie, it's more like a thriller, right? But it was still scary, okay? But watching it, and if I watch it now, you know, it's like, I know in the plot it's not as scary, obviously. So, but that one I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, because you wrote down your stories, your memories, and if you wanted to, and then you dropped them in the box for my cousins to look at later. So yeah, I'm like, oh, I wish I wrote that one down. down too. Yeah. There's lots of memories, and of course I think of it like later, right before I'm going to bed, you know. It's like, My brain just went on vacation, apparently. I know. Yeah. Mm. But it was nice, and I think everybody should do a celebration of life. Let's forget the traditional funeral. You know, something like this is a lot cheaper. There's no, you know, dead body in the casket. You know, they had her ashes there. You know, and it's more intimate, and you're able to talk to everybody, and you know, and you don't have to like go to a showing and then go back to the actual funeral. You know, so this was just more intimate, nice, small gathering, and it's exactly what she would have wanted. She would have loved it. Yeah. And it was just nice, and it was just like finger foods, you know, and yep, if you want like a drink, water, Coke, or something alcoholic, coffee or tea, you know, that was available. And but it was just really nice. And yeah, my cousin was like, you know, the one from California, he was like, you know, we need to do this more often, and but like not when it's like something like this, similar to this, just not when it's like, you know, a funeral like thing. I'm like, yeah, we do. We need somebody to take charge. I know, and we need to do it like maybe once or twice a year. Maybe we'll aim for once a year, and then maybe try to do twice. You know, maybe once, maybe twice is asking too much. So maybe do it once a year. Just get everybody together, all the cousins, aunts, and uncles. You know, because life is short. We're only here for so long. So, I know. And I was the youngest cousin. There's quite an age gap between me and my other cousins. I think I'm the youngest. I might be the second youngest, because my uncle's kids, his son, he might be the youngest. I have to ask my mom. We don't, that's the thing, when my uncle died, we don't see his kids. He has, I think, 4 or 5 kids. Maybe five, I don't know. If I saw him today, I wouldn't recognize them, because we haven't seen him since he passed away, and that was 20 plus years ago. After the funeral, I think we saw one, the oldest one, at like, oh, I think it was a bridal shower, and that was like the last time I remember seeing one of them. And they just, you know, they didn't stay in contact, and you know, what can you do? So yeah, unfortunate. But his youngest might be the youngest of all, if we include them. Yeah, but like there was quite an age gap, so like I don't really have memories of like doing anything just with the cousins. I just have memories with the whole family. Like my sisters have memories doing stuff just with the cousins. You know, I don't, because there was that big age gap, which kind of was unfortunate. So yeah, and the only time I would see them would be at family gatherings, right? So yeah, but it was nice, and yeah, she will be missed, but it's not goodbye. We'll see each other again in heaven. Yeah, and if anybody wanted to say anything, they did. They could. My mom said something, and my aunt said something, and her 2 sons said something, and her cousin said something. Oh, and her grandson said something little. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice hearing the memories. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's about it. It's just been crazy around here, and yeah, I'm ready to retire. I know, it's like, okay, I'm done, you know, I'm just gonna check out mentally, you know, and okay, see you later, you know. Oh, no. Like, one can only take so much. My plate is full. So, Jesus, take the wheel and take some off my plate, you know. I'm done, yeah. That scroll was it for me. That scroll was like, yep, okay, yeah. Santa, I would like a BB gun for Christmas. And I won't shoot my eye out. Shh, don't tell Peter. Oh, it's crazy. Stupid squirrels. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, so I think that is it. Yeah, oh, Buddy the elf, I have to move him. Oh my gosh, I couldn't find him. Oh, Saturday, the day before the 1st, I could not find him. He's usually in the Christmas plush, okay? He wasn't in with the rest of the Christmas plush. So, okay, I go in the back and look, because I have, like, a drawer of stuff, like Christmas tablecloths and that. And he wasn't there, and we looked, you know, in other spots we thought he would be, and he wasn't there. And I was like, where the heck is he? This is not funny. So I was like, oh, we couldn't find him. I'm like, you know what? We'll start a new tradition. We'll do Justin Bieber on the shelf, okay? We'll do the Canadian version, Justin Bieber on the shelf, because we have a Justin Bieber doll. He's seen better days. You know, his hair is all wacky. But I think the kids didn't think that was a good idea. So the hubby did find him in the back. He was just buried under stuff. So it's like, okay, good. And so, yeah, I did the advent calendar, the Funko Pop one. It's a 24-day one, but I always turn it into a 2-week one, so they both each open one. And, yeah, so now I have to, like, move him. How do I notice he wasn't moved this morning? I have him by Stitch. He's underneath, like, Stitch's Santa hat. But I have to move him. I think he'll bring the sour, candy canes. Yeah, so I got delivery ammo. He'll bring those. So, I know, and then I see these TikToks, like, can people stop going over and beyond, you know, like, dial it down a bit, please, like, for us that don't like to do a whole lot, like, we like to keep it simple. I've always kept it simple, and I don't make a mess, and I don't waste food. I see the ones, there was one, I think it was on Facebook, and it was just a picture, and it was like the Fruit Loop box taped or something on a cupboard, and there was like a pool noodle coming out of the box, but it was covered in Fruit Loops, okay, to make it look like it was pouring into a bowl on the counter. And I'm like, do you know how long, number one, how long it would take to glue each and every single Fruit Loop? Forever. Nobody has that time. And number two, that's a waste of Fruit Loops. There was one TikTok where this one person, you know, I like to each their own, do it, whatever, but this is just, you know, my thoughts and opinions, but she had like a stack of cans, okay, by the cupboard, and she had the elf sit on top of the cans, and there was cinnamon buns in a package, so his head was sticking in the cinnamon package, but it's still open a crack. Those are going to be stale in the morning, and there was like probably like 3 or 4 left, okay. Those are going to be stale in the morning. They're not going to be the freshest. Like, that's kind of a waste, but okay. And then there was one who went to Infinity and Beyond. And I was like, you have too much free time in your hands, girl. Okay, where do I start? She made 2 Elf on the Shelf out of boxes, big boxes, okay, with wrapping paper. She printed out the face from the computer. Okay, online, okay, and she had like wrapping paper for the hat, collar. It was like a good, like, probably almost the size of Casey. And if that wasn't enough, she had all over the room these balloons that were made to look like lights, which they did look cute, but you have to blow up every single one of those balloons if you don't have something to do it for you. And there was like a cup on the top of the balloon to make it look like a light. She's make it look like a light string, and they were all over the room. And it's like, gee, I'm really slacking. I know. It's just, you do something that extravagant, they're going to expect that. And like in the comments, I guess she only slept 5 hours that night, and it's like, no, I value my sleep. 5 hours is not enough. No matter how much coffee I have in the morning, I need more than 5 hours. Like, dial it down. And here I just do simple stuff. Like, I know I haven't bring things, you know, I'm just, like last year, because we're going through the reno, I didn't do it like every day. And I usually will have a list. Usually I am more organized. I'll have a list of ideas and I'll do them, and they'll like easy. If I have to buy anything for anything, it'll be from the dollar store, and I'll have a list and check it off, you know, when I set him up, you know. And it's just like, yeah, I haven't done that this year, last year, because of everything going on. But it's just pretty much I'm just winging it, just playing it by ear, going with the flow with him, whatever I come up with, you know. It's just, yeah, but I don't like wasting food, because food is expensive, and I do not make a mess, because if I make a mess, well, guess who has to clean it up? So I'm not making a mess. I know. And then the ones I really enjoy it are the ones that have young kids, and it is more fun because it's just one tradition I wish I never started. It is more fun when they are younger. Okay, when they're younger, it is more fun. I've been doing it for 10 years. It's not so much fun anymore. Okay, I'm allowed not to like it now. Oh no, yeah, because you know, because when they're younger and like they get really excited, you know, but now because they know why I move him, but not that they always knew, you know, and it's just, you know, he has I have a reindeer somewhere, his friend, I don't know where he is. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Oh, where is he? He's stuck at the North Pole. Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh my gosh, but yeah, it's just like, yeah, I wish, what was I thinking? I know. I wish I never started it, yeah. And there are people, like, when you're online, you read the comments, and like, oh yeah, especially people who make videos that they're happy they never started the tradition. But then people in the comments were like, yeah, I was like that too until their kid came home asking, oh, where's my elf? Because their friends have an elf, you know, so yeah, I probably would have had to done it anyways if I didn't start on my own, because their classrooms in the past have had them, so yeah. And then they come home asking, well, why don't I have one? Yeah, so I don't mind doing it, you know, even though it is like a chore now, but after like 10 years, it's like, I want to retire. I know, like, and plus it's like, you can't do the same idea twice. No, you gotta, you know, do it different every time and hit up Pinterest, and that's what I usually do. So anyways, I'm gonna go. This coffee chat's going on 31 minutes. Well, it's over 31 because I filmed before. So I'm going to finish this coffee, and I will see you guys next one video. I'm not sure when that will be. I don't know. I'm just going to go with the flow. I know. Okay. And yeah. I'm just recuperating after that squirrel. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys next video. Take care, be blessed, and ta-ta for now. Bye.